This is Time Coins, World Coin History and Value, and today we are exploring one of the most meaningful and historically rich coins ever produced during the colonial era, the 1978 Hong Kong $1 coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II. This coin is a shining symbol of a time when Hong Kong was still under British rule, and its currency carried both the elegance of royal design and the spirit of the East, minted in 1978. This coin was part of everyday life in the city, exchanged in markets, ferries, and busy streets, a silent witness to an era when the East met the West in perfect balance. The coin is made of copper nickel, a durable alloy that gives it a silver-like brilliance even after decades. On the obverse, or front side, the coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by the renowned sculptor Arnold Machen. The Queen is shown facing right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, her expression calm, elegant, and commanding a portrait that represents continuity, grace, and power. Around her portrait runs the inscription, Queen Elizabeth II, reminding people of the British Crown's authority and legacy across the world. This same design appeared on many Commonwealth coins, making it one of the most recognizable royal portraits in modern history. New meaning, it becomes the guardian of a city that blends East and West. Above its head rests the imperial crown, anchoring the design in royal symbolism, while around the edges appear bilingual inscriptions. Hong Kong $1, in a single circular frame, two worlds coexist, English and Chinese, monarchy and merchant, order and enterprise. The date, 1978, sits quietly at the bottom, a timestamp of change. What makes this design so brilliant is its balance. It's not overly decorative, yet every detail has a purpose. The lettering, the reeded edge, the spacing, all engineered for both beauty and utility. The coin weighs about 7.1 grams, measures 25.5 millimeters across, and its ridged edge helps prevent forgery while giving it a satisfying tactile grip. To hold one is to feel the weight of craftsmanship. In an era before plastic bank cards and QR codes, coins like this connected people in a very physical way, metal passed from hand to hand, carrying fingerprints, stories, and history itself. But what was Hong Kong really like when this coin first entered circulation? The year 1978 was a turning point. Under British administration, the city was booming. Textile mills, electronics factories, and trading companies were fueling one of Asia's fastest-growing economies. Ships crowded Victoria Harbor, carrying goods to every corner of the world. The average Hong Konger was working harder, earning more, and beginning to dream bigger. Amid this rapid progress, the $1 coin became part of daily life, used on buses, in tea houses, in cinemas, and corner stores. Its presence was so common that few noticed its artistry, yet it was quietly chronicling a transformation. Every coin minted in 1978 bore witness to that energy. The clang of coins in cash drawers echoed through small shops. Children saved them in jars. Tourists carried them home as souvenirs. Over time, the edges dulled, but their significance never faded. For historians, these coins are like snapshots frozen in metal, evidence of how colonial identity and local spirit could merge into something uniquely Hong Kong. Now that we've explored the design and first impressions of the 1978 Hong Kong $1 coin, let's dive deeper into how it was made, what it represented, and the fascinating story of the world around it. Minting a coin isn't just about pressing metal. It's about precision, pride, and power. The Royal Mint in the United Kingdom, where this coin was born, had centuries of experience crafting currency for the British Empire. From Africa to the Caribbean, from Australia to Asia, the Royal Mint's coins carried not only monetary value but the mark of authority. In 1978, that authority extended to Hong Kong, a bustling, British-controlled city where every $1 coin symbolized a connection to London itself. The minting process was a marvel of engineering. Sheets of copper-nickel alloy were rolled out into perfect thickness, then cut into round blanks, polished, and finally struck under immense pressure by hardened steel dies. Each die carried the delicate engravings of the Queen and the crowned lion, ensuring that every detail, From the tiara to the lion's mane appeared crisp and lifelike. The reeded edge was added not just for beauty but for security, a clever way to deter counterfeiters and ensure every coin could be trusted. When freshly minted, these coins shone brilliantly under light, their silver-like gleam catching the eyes of collectors and citizens alike. But the beauty wasn't just surface deep, it reflected Hong Kong's image at the time, resilient, modern, and full of promise. The year 1978 marked a fascinating era in Hong Kong's economic story. The city had transformed from a post-war manufacturing hub into an emerging international finance center. Its docks were among the busiest in the world, and its factories produced everything from textiles to electronics. The $1 coin was more than a medium of exchange. It was a witness to this rapid evolution. Every day, coins passed through the hands of people from all walks of life. Merchants counting their earnings at the end of a long day, students buying snacks from street vendors, or sailors spending their pay at the harbor markets. The sound of coins clinking together was the sound of a city alive with trade, ambition, and determination. But to understand this coin's deeper meaning, we must also look at its cultural duality, how it stood at the crossroads of British influence and Chinese tradition. Hong Kong's coins always reflected this unique identity. The bilingual inscriptions, for example, were not just decorative. They were a message that two systems, two cultures could exist in balance. For locals, the Chinese characters carried familiarity and pride. For British administrators, the English text reaffirmed order and continuity. Together, they created something that transcended nationality. The coin became a silent diplomat representing harmony between two civilizations that often viewed each other with caution yet shared the same narrow island space. As the decade neared its end, coins like the 1978 $1 were circulating by the millions. Yet despite being mass-produced, each coin carried its own small imperfections, slight scratches, variations in tone or minting marks, giving every piece a hint of individuality. To collectors today, these details are treasures. A small variation, a die error, or a mint condition specimen can transform an ordinary dollar into something far more valuable. Many collectors look for coins with full details on the Queen's portrait, clear crown points on the lion, and no signs of wear. Such coins, especially if uncirculated, can fetch many times their face value. But beyond its collectible worth, this coin's real value lies in what it represents: the resilience and adaptability of Hong Kong itself. Through political changes, economic storms, and cultural shifts, the city has remained a symbol of connection between East and West. The 1978 $1 coin captures that perfectly. One side showing the enduring power of the crown, the other celebrating local identity through bilingual pride. It's a reminder that history isn't always written in books. Sometimes it's engraved in metal, carried in pockets, and passed from hand to hand. Every time a 1978 $1 coin changed hands, it told a silent story. Perhaps it was used to buy a ferry ticket across Victoria Harbor, jingling in the pocket of a young man heading to work. Maybe it was part of a child's savings, tucked carefully into a tin box by a grandmother teaching the value of money. Or maybe it was lost in the cracks of an old wooden floor, waiting decades to be rediscovered by a curious collector. Each possibility turns the coin into a time capsule, holding memories of a city that never stopped moving. The physical design may seem simple, but the symbolism is profound. The lion represents courage, strength, and leadership, values deeply tied to both British heraldry and Hong Kong's spirit. The crown above its head isn't merely decoration. It's a mark of legacy and discipline. On the other side, the Queen's image offers a calm contrast, composed, elegant, enduring. Together, they form a dialogue between ruler and realm, between sovereignty and society. The coin's circular shape reminds us that history itself is cyclical. What rises, falls, and rises again. For those who lived in Hong Kong during that time, the coin's sound was unforgettable, the metallic click as it hit the counter, the faint ring as it fell into cash drawers. These were the rhythms of daily life, the heartbeat of commerce. Even today, older residents recall the feel of those coins, heavier and more solid than modern ones. Symbols of an era when cash was king and every transaction felt personal. As we come to the end of this remarkable journey through the story of the 1978 Hong Kong $1 coin, we are reminded that even the smallest pieces of metal can carry the weight of history, culture, and identity. This coin is not just a remnant of the past. It is a silent witness to an era when Hong Kong stood at the crossroads of East and West, blending British precision with Chinese tradition in a way that few other places ever have. Each detail, from the crown lion to the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, tells a story of authority, strength, and transformation. Whether held by a collector today or spent by a shopkeeper decades ago, this coin connects generations through shared heritage and craftsmanship. So the next time you come across one of these shining relics, take a moment to imagine the countless hands it passed through and the world it once represented, a world of ambition, trade, resilience, and hope. Thank you for joining me on this journey through time and history. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Time Coins, where every coin tells a story. Until next time, keep exploring, keep collecting, and keep the history of the world alive, one coin at a time.